to you. Today, I like to demonstrate how we can develop a self-authoring leadership mindset, the kind that is in such a high demand in companies all over the world, one facet at a time. If we are really interested in evolving as a person and as a professional, then developing such a mindset is absolutely essential. But the majority of leaders still operate from a reactive mindset. Why is that? Because their mind is socialized and thereby set in a certain way, and unless they change this program, they are bound to react to the challenges of their environment instead of coming up with creative responses. Their mind is fixated, and that makes them feel convinced that there is nothing they can do about it. But they can. We can. We are capable of correcting and developing any facet of our mindset we are not happy with. And how should we go about that? Where would we start? Well, it would be greatly helpful if you know the underlying layout and structure of your mindset and become familiar with the various hardwired and therefore automatic behavioral, emotional, and mental patterns you're acting from. How in the world would you be able to do that? Well, in fact, that is quite simple. With help of your natal chart. It can pinpoint exactly what you need to do to readjust your mindset. For instance, a client of mine heard from me that in his chart he had a Mars square Jupiter configuration, interaction, and that this could mean that he had a tendency to go to extremes. Let his energy run wild, overdo things too much, too hurried and too forceful, and definitely too over-enthusiastic. Overkill. Well, I said this may lead to burnout for you, but it is very likely that this is also very challenging for people around you. And as I told him this, he remembered last week at the office where he made a presentation which he thought was, well, very high-spirited and enthusiastic, and yet he couldn't help noticing how the response of his team members was less than lukewarm. Somehow, he told me, there was quite a disconnect. And when I asked him if he had other times when he would go all out and receive a cold shower like that, he thought for a while. And then he came up with various examples. In other words, we had a pattern here, exactly as the chart had revealed. And at this point, now that he was aware of this, and with some additional mentoring and coaching, he was able to make a correction in that pattern and adjust his mindset. And in this case, he learned to express that Mars square Jupiter interaction by letting go of too inflated expectations for the ideas that he presented and take them more lightly. He also practiced being more playful in his presentations, yet curb his overzealous enthusiasm at the same time. In other words, by doing all that, he had made another step in developing the self-authoring leadership mindset. For he had learned to rewrite a piece of his inner programming that didn't serve him any longer. And not only is this mindset in great demand in companies, but it is an absolute joy to operate from. See you next time.